We all know what Matt and Chris Boucher bring in their own skills, but are you seeing them expanding their skill sets that maybe make it easier for you to play them?
Well, yeah, I think I thought that both of them, after the restart, probably especially Matt, looked to be doing more than just catching and shooting, right? He's working on this little separation move to the right. He's playing inside the line a little bit, making plays, passes. The hard part is like I said before, the other guys want to play more than they're playing. And it's hard to find them room sometimes,
But if you are looking for that guy, that eighth guy and maybe the ninth guy, the versatility each of them is showing would force their name into the conversation more, I presume.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't. Again, it's just a numbers game. It isn't. I believe in both of them. That's 2 games in a row. Matt's been a spark plug in a game that really mattered, and then really, really good tonight, right? Just as a basketball player. Chris is as well. I thought he was good against Memphis too. I don't know. I guess I just don't know really what to say, other than we believe in him, and there's going to be circumstances we're going to need them. And the first thing we need to do is they need to come in and impact with energy and try to make some positive plays.
Thanks very much, Nick. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Doug.
Next, we're going to Michael Grange from Sportsnet.
Hey, Nick. How encouraging is it when you see a guy, let's say Matt Thomas, actually show signs, demonstrable signs of improvement? That he's not the one type of he's showing more in his game. I thought he did tonight. Do you take note of that?
Yeah, it's good. It's I think you do some comparisons of what he's like around the league, and I think he's learned some stuff from some guys, right? And we can show him some of that stuff. That's some of those moves he's making tonight. Where he's dribble separating to the right and vaulting up. That's very JJ Redick like, and we've talked about watching film with him and working on that stuff, and I don't know, he just looks like a better player to me ever since the restart, and it's the skills have improved and the confidence playing the game and attacking the paint, not necessarily having to do anything other than make the right play. Sometimes it's a pull up, sometimes it's a kick out.
Thanks very much, Nick.
Yep.
Going to go next to Josh Lewinberg from TSN.
Hey, Nick. With your 2 point guards out, your 2 primary ball handlers, did you see anything you liked from the other guys in terms of initiating the offense?
It was a challenge, right? It was good to have Pascal run some stuff. You probably noticed I was doing a lot more set play calling tonight, and the guys were executing them. Even though guys were out of normal positions, they were figuring out a lot of that stuff. Yeah, we didn't seem to be under much duress or confusion, which is what you would think when your 2 primary point guards are out of the play, are out of the game. So I thought both Pascal and Rondé did a nice job of handling.
Norm's had a few solid games coming into this one, but you've been saying that you've been waiting for and expecting a big Norm game from him. Is this a little bit closer to what you've been expecting?
Yeah, I think, again, he just looks confident to me. He's getting to the shots. He's getting to mid-range. He's getting to the basket. He still had a couple toughies at the rim, but I loved a couple of his deep threes. Loved some of his dribble pull-up threes as well. And, yeah, he is playing better than like I expected him to do a little bit more, yeah.
Thanks, Nick. Have a good night.
Thanks, Josh.
All right, Eric Corrine from The Athletic is next.
Hey, Nick. I'm wondering, with a player like Rondé tonight, when he's asked to do a little more that he probably would in ideal situations, how easy is it for you to focus on sort of the role he normally would have in a situation like that and project from there versus what he's forced to do given the lack of point guard on the floor?
Well, I mean, I think Eric, like for me and Rondé is he's gonna have like an ever evolving role. You know, even like the minutes, like, you know, there may be a game he doesn't play. There may be a game he plays 5 minutes. There may be a game he plays 28. Just depending. He may be playing the 5. He may be playing just kind of a utility 2, 3, 4. You know, we play him at the point. We run some stuff for him to get into the paint. A couple games here in the bubble, and just kind of accepting that we like him as this X factor guy. Right, his energy, keeping a loose ball alive, getting a steal here or there, getting on the floor, taking a charge, and making some plays on offense. He can score. It's not pretty a lot of times, but he can score. You know, he can score a little bit too and give us a boost and keep the offense ticking over.
Thanks, Nick.
Yep.
And final question is going to go to Stephen Lung from Sportsnet.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for doing
Hey,
this.
Steven, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Just to back to Matt and Chris for a second. Like how much are like I guess how much of a luxury is it, or like how relieving is it for you as a coach knowing that they obviously want to play more, right? But and then when they do finally get their opportunity, there's like kind of no letdown, and how much of a luxury is that for you as a coach knowing that like you can just rely on them and they can just plug in at any time?
Well, it's good, Steven, that somebody picks it up, right? Like, you know, you look at those two guys because they had outstanding games tonight. There's a couple other guys that didn't quite do it tonight, but wouldn't surprise me if it flips around and Terrence Davis has an 18 or 20 point game on Wednesday. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what happens with the bench. What happens with anybody really, but it's nice that there's a couple guys that can impact it at the offensive end for you. And it was their turn tonight, and maybe it'll be somebody else on Wednesday. That's to me like the mojo of the team and handling each night as it comes, because each game's always different, right?
And like what kind of advantage does that potentially give you, like heading into the postseason, knowing that you could have like almost anyone from your bench to kind of give you that spark that you just mentioned?
Well, I don't want to get too carried away here, Steven, because we haven't really used the bench very much, right? We had a couple guys play really well tonight in a game that was absolutely meaningless and a team that wasn't playing very hard against us. So I don't want to get too carried away. I think the rotation stays at 7, 8. You know, it's great they played well, and we can use these guys as sparks here and there. And my theory, if I throw you in a game and you start playing well, your 3-minute stint could turn into an 18-minute stint. And we just want to keep these guys confident so that maybe they'll be able to do that a couple times in a playoff series.